and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello YouTube family and welcome to my channel. My name is Pawsy. Today I will be speaking to you about some of the misconceptions about entrepreneurship. If you're interested in this video, then please stay tuned. The first misconception that I want to talk about is if you don't have a job, then you should become an entrepreneur, or you hate your job, therefore you should become an entrepreneur because you feel that you've got the skills and you've got the ability and the know-how, but you're taken for granted at your place of employment. This is not the right approach to take when thinking about becoming an entrepreneur because not everybody is designed to be an entrepreneur. That's the first thing. Entrepreneurship is a purpose. It's something that you have to think about. It's something that you have to do with intent. It's something that you have to commit to in the long term because there's going to be a lot of hurdles along the way, and it requires it's high risk. It requires a lot of investment. So when you are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, you need to really interrogate your intentions and make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons. Otherwise, then you may not succeed. And also avoid trying to follow the path that other people are following just because entrepreneurship is the in thing, or because it's now the current buzzword, that everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. It's kind of like on trend and everybody's talking about it. Everybody seems to be interested in becoming an entrepreneur, but not everybody is designed to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody has what it takes to be an entrepreneur. So when you are thinking about jumping ship or starting a business, you need to really be sure that this is something that you want to do and this is a decision that you will commit to, not only in the beginning, but in the long run as well, because it does not only affect you, it affects those around you. And it's high risk and it requires high investment. So you have to make sure that when you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, you are doing it for the right reasons. It's worth mentioning also that we all can't be entrepreneurs because entrepreneurs need people to hire to do the actual work in their businesses. So who is going to work if we are all entrepreneurs? So never judge yourself, don't shame yourself, or listen to the narrative that says you're not capable or you are not ambitious enough if you are not pursuing, this path of becoming an entrepreneur. You need to be absolutely sure that this is something that you want to do in the long run, because it really requires a lot of emotional maturity, it requires psychological readiness, it requires money, finances, and you'll need to make sure that you have a support system as well. The second part of the misconception that you have to be an entrepreneur if you don't have a job is the idea or the notion or even the assumption that entrepreneurs are the answer to the country's current economic recession. Entrepreneurs can provide jobs, that's correct, but in order to start a business, the business needs to grow. And when the business grows, then you only are able to hire people. But most startups and most entrepreneurs, are still in the nascent development stages. So to assume that entrepreneurs or startups are going to be able to hire, a whole throng of people that are recently retrenched, or to sort out the unemployment rate of young people, it's a very simplistic view, and it's actually unrealistic. So I think it's something that we need to delve in deeper, and I will do a video on it at a later stage. But that is one of the misconceptions that exist, that there's this rhetoric that, entrepreneurs are the ones that are going to solve the country's unemployment situation, which is not correct. Yes, it is one of the ways, but there are so many other things that are at play. There needs to be an environment whereby, those businesses can thrive. And if there's an economic recession, it also impacts on entrepreneurs because it means we are unable to generate as much business as we were before. So that's something that needs to be considered. The other misconception that exists about what it takes to be an entrepreneur or entrepreneurship is all you need is a good idea. Now, yes, you do need a good idea for your business to flourish, but an idea on its own is not going to produce results. It's not going to help your business to become profitable. What's going to make your business profitable is complementary action. So even a mediocre idea can have great success if it's backed up by hard work, by commitment, by the right investment. So to assume that, you have a great idea and it's just gonna pop off and you're gonna be making a lot of money is incorrect. It's not the right view. You need to invest in that idea so that it can become profitable. And when you have this idea, make sure that you hone in on specifics. Hone in on specifics. So don't do too many things. Like, I have a PR agency. I'm not going to be doing things that are not relevant to my business, right? You need to focus in, have a niche, focus on that one idea so that your customers also know, oh, okay, Kazimla Communications, they do content generation, they do social media, they do public relations, media relations, reputation management. You've got a core service offering. You don't want to be all over the place. You need to be known for a specific service. I don't do financial PR. I'm not really focused on entertainment PR at this point in my business, but so I'm known for a specific service offering within my own niche, within the space of PR that I'm operating in. So it's important that in your business as well, you focus in on your core services that, when people think, okay, Kazimla Communications, they know social media management, they know content generation, they know that you have an understanding of specific industries, because that makes you more trustworthy and it makes the client at ease because they understand that you understand the business in which they operate, you understand the jargon, the technical lingo, etc. So those are all the things that you need to consider when you are thinking about this idea. So yes, you need a good idea, but you need to make sure that that idea is based off, corresponding action and making sure that you're putting in the effort that is required so that your business can succeed. The next misconception that exists around entrepreneurship is that entrepreneurship is a get-rich-quick scheme. It is not. If anything, it's quite the opposite. Being an entrepreneur means you have to lay it all down on the line. You have to sacrifice. You have to learn to live without. You have to understand the kind of lifestyle that you want to live and be willing to downscale and actually live within, the smaller means that you were used to. So if you're assuming that, or you want to start a business just for the purpose of making money, then you're in it for the wrong reasons. And if you're in entrepreneurship just to make money, then your business is more than likely to fail because it's not based off the right principles. You need to be thinking about your business from a passion perspective. What do you love doing? What problem are you solving? What are you offering? What value are you creating for your customers, for your target audience? Those are the things that you need to be thinking about. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a very long road. So you need to be able to be patient. I think that's a very key element of entrepreneurship. It's patience, it's long suffering, it's waiting. And you will make money eventually. That's not to say that you won't make money. Yes, you will make money. I mean, that's the plan, right? You want to have a business that's profitable. But you need to think gradually about how you want to grow your business, because it's not going to be some overnight success. Maybe you can have overnight success. It might happen, but those are very few and far between. And, while you're still growing your business, it helps you to appreciate, when you don't have much, so that you understand the value of the rand. You teach your team as well the value of the rand, because you know that you've lived for so long without. So entrepreneurship is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's about building. You're thinking legacy. You're thinking generationally. It's a business that is, if that is your intention, it should be something that actually outlives you. And anything that's worth building takes time, it takes effort, it takes years. So you need to be willing, to just go through it and go through the motions. It's up and down, it's difficult, it's tough, it's very strenuous, and it requires emotional maturity. It requires, for you to be psychologically agile, for the challenges that you are going to face. But it's not to say that it's impossible. So it's definitely not a get rich quick scheme. So if you're in it for the money only, then maybe you want to rethink your decision. The other misconception about entrepreneurship is once you win a tender, then you are home free. This speaks to my previous point about, entrepreneurship being a get rich quick scheme. It's not. So I think for me personally, I always thought that, oh my gosh, the minute I win a tender, I'm going to be rolling in it. And the truth of the matter is you can win a tender and be broke as hell. So winning a tender is not the beginning of you being a millionaire or a trillionaire. It's actually the beginning of the real work. I think in business you go through various challenges. First, you're going through the challenge of actually acquiring business. Then when you acquire business, you have to make sure that you are performing, you're doing the right thing, and you are giving, your customers or your clients the best service. So in public relations, when you bid for business, you usually bid with a whole lot of other agencies. How tenders usually work is that obviously you are sending your proposal, it's your pitch. What do you plan to do? How are you going to respond to the company's request for you to manage their brand, for you to get them to create awareness about some of their programs and their campaigns? And from that proposal that you submit, they will then choose maybe their top 3 that they will use as preferred suppliers. What that means, in essence, is you will constantly be pitching for business for the duration of the contract, which can be a year to 3 years, or with the option of renewal. So winning a tender doesn't mean that you've now made it in the money. It means that you have to constantly make sure that you've got your A game, you're working with excellence, you're punctual. When you set a deadline, you meet it, you do what you say you're going to do, you provide, a superior service, you go the extra mile, you do what the other agencies are not willing to do, or because you're a smaller agency and you're a niche, you need to figure out ways that you can capture the market. So winning a tender is really the beginning of the real work, and you need to pace yourself, and you need to understand that you're in this phase and you are constantly pitching, and eventually you will create a name for yourself. It's the beginning of the hard labor, but it's also an opportunity to showcase your abilities, and it helps to grow your business, because once you have credible and well-established brands that you're working for, it's much easier for you to pitch for other businesses and for other clients, so that you can grow your business even further. Because usually, your client roster does also speak to your level of capabilities, and it shows that you do know what you're doing. The last misconception that I want to talk about is, if you're an entrepreneur, then you should be an influencer. No, you don't have to be an influencer. If that's part of your business goals, then by all means, you should pursue that. But having your own business doesn't automatically mean that you should be a micro influencer, or you should be a TED Talk expert, or you should be a mega influencer, or anything of that sort. Maybe you're still growing your business and you want to give yourself time to build credibility. It's okay to move in silence and to work on those things and hone in on the basics and get them right. Make sure you're servicing your clients or your customers, with excellence. You're providing the service on time. You're making sure that you're dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's, making sure that the basics are done right. But not all entrepreneurs have to be influencers. If anything, your business will speak for itself. Your business is the one that will create credibility, because anyone can become an influencer and say a whole lot of things, but does your business back up the things that you are saying? Not all entrepreneurs have a desire to be known. It's also important to note, especially for us publicists and people in PR, that sometimes we can get a bit caught up, and we are obviously more exposed to media, to journalists. We have that access, so it's much easier for us to find ourselves also wanting the limelight or wanting to be the influencers instead of pushing the influencing from the back. So never forget that you are servicing your clients. You don't want them to feel like they are competing with you. You want to make that distinction between yourself and the clients that you represent. It's very important in our business, especially in PR. But you need to strike a balance, and know that, okay, I am pitching my business for certain things, or I can pitch myself for certain publication profiling, but find a balance so that there's no confusion between the two. Know why you are doing what you are doing. There has to be a plan in place. There has to be a media plan in place that speaks to these goals that you have of growing your business, right? And avoid rushing to communicate things within a media space if your business is still small and is not ready, because that is going to impact your reputation in the long term. So always be considerate of what you are doing, especially if you are wanting to be public. You'd rather work on your credibility and then go out. I mean, I also am working on, I started this channel so that I could improve on my speaking skills, my presentation skills, also get the name of my company out there, speak to other entrepreneurs that are doing similar things or that are like-minded, so it's a way to also practice some of the tools that are out there, so that when I say I'm offering social media marketing skills, I know what I'm talking about, because I'm there, I'm using the tools. So from that perspective, it's important. So in essence, you don't have to be an influencer to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is a personal journey. Do it the way that you feel comfortable. Go about it at your own pace. Don't worry about what the next person is doing. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So just focus on your goals, set those goals, measure yourself, and see where you're progressing, see where you need to improve. But don't be too concerned about, other people's expectations of what you should be doing. As long as you're meeting your own goals, then I think that's the most important. So I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you have any other misconceptions that you'd like to share, please comment below. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have any other pointers that you'd like to share with me, or you have specific topics that you'd like us to talk about as entrepreneurs, or as someone who's thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, then please also comment below. But thank you so much again for the support, and thank you for watching. Have a great day.